Good morning, sports fans. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Josh Komnick, along with the furniture guy next to my right.
What a beautiful morning.
Yeah, couldn't
ask for better weather.
Really. Instead of being at Jake's Furnishings today, we're out at Lehn Fink Field getting set. Actually, the first pitch was just thrown.
First pitch just thrown, first base hit of the day already.
That was Jake's Furnishings is up to bat right now, taking on Seats-07-07-12 Construction. If you can't guess how we're out here, Jake's Furnishings is the sponsor of one of the teams, one of the area softball teams. Jake, what age group? And I'm sure you have someone close to you involved.
Oh, yeah. This is ages basically really 5 to 7, or 5 to 8. And it's still pitching machine and whatnot. My daughter's actually playing. And a small stipulation of me doing the radio show was I need to see my daughter's last game.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better day.
No,
I mean,
absolutely
let's not. Pick
not a cloud in the sky.
Let's not pick the first game of the year. Let's pick the last game of the year to come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
In early July, in the hottest part of a drought.
Oh, it's hot?
No. I just thought you poured your coffee.
Hold on. I can't see. I got sweat in my eyes right now.
But again, we're out here at the Lehn Fink Field, so come out and join us. We're watching somewhat right behind us is Jake's Furnishings taking on again Seats-07-07-12 Construction, a 5th through 8th year-old softball, as they're just kind of threw out the first pitch, and they're taking on the heat of the day right now for the last game of the year, as Jake says. But we're out here normally at Jake's Furnishings today, but at Lehn Fink, and
we
Jake,
just, like I said, want to get out here, show our faces to the community, make sure people know that we support the little.
If they get a little ahead of schedule, maybe we'll bring a couple coaches on, or
there you go,
a couple players on. Also, Jake, if we're not at Jake's Furnishings, what's going on out at the store today?
Out at the store, we've got a huge mattress sale going on. Of course, there's a lot of other things on sale right now. There's recliners and sofas and whatnot. There's actually group sets with coffee tables and end tables and everything. But our big focus right now is on mattresses. We've got a gel memory foam mattress. Regular price is $9.99, cut back right now to only $5.99.
Nice. In
a queen size set. Also, we got a couple other queen size sets, 10-year warranties, luxury pillow top or firm, your pick. Again, only $5.99 in a queen size. And then we always have a twin mismatch mattress. It's on sale right now for only $96.
Cool. And everything's going fast out at Jake's Furnishings, 1100 Woodlawn Road. So
pretty good.
Yeah, get out there and grab them before somebody else does.
Absolutely.
Your hours today and tomorrow, Jake?
Through the weekend, 9 to 5 Saturday, and tomorrow noon to 4.
Sounds good. There's the what's going on out of Jake's Furnishings, 1100 Woodlawn Road, 217-735-1212. And as we're getting into the baseball, I guess we'll talk a little local first, Jake, and some things that I read here in the past week. And I was kind of telling you about it a little bit before the show this morning. Austin Brummett, a soon-to-be senior, 6'2", 290 lineman out of Lincoln High School, headed out to I guess competed in Chicago for a USA. I think what their ultimate goal is to get a USA Olympic football team.
Correct.
That's what the whole goal of this is. Well, anyway, Austin went up to Chicago. I believe one of 200 kids tried out for this to go to the next level of kind of tryouts to bring the whole nation in.
Yep. And
he made it. And from what I read and from what I've talked to people is that he made the cut, and then on 4th of July, I believe, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I haven't heard any of the results, he went down to, I believe it was Dallas, Texas, to compete against some of the best in the nation. To make this team that will travel and do some other things. So what an opportunity.
Yeah.
What a talent, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
Maybe that we didn't quite know about him, and we follow the football program pretty close, but if you think a kid that can go to Chicago and do well in a tryout against some of the best in that area, or maybe in the state of Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana probably brought him over, we may have a good one on our hands this year.
Well, like you said, what an opportunity, just to be able to qualify for something like that. Obviously, you had to beat out some pretty stiff competition. Sure. Chicago, of course, would have pulled from every direction you could think of, and to go up there and compete, and not only compete but do very well to move on to the next level. Great opportunity for a young man.
Yeah, especially, you know, a guy going to be a senior. If he wants to play college football, I'm sure there's a ton of scouts. I'm sure there's college scouts. I'm sure there's his name will be well represented out there now by making this team. So good luck to him, and hopefully by next weekend we can find out an update. Maybe I can give Coach McDonald a call and see what happened and if he did make it or how he did at least. If
we
he
never heard from Coach Mack all summer.
Well, we're gonna have him on pretty soon. You know, he's getting ready. This is. I was listening to the radio on the way this morning, Jake. They're already talking about who's the best in college football. So
yeah,
we're not far away, even though it's just the start of July.
Who is the best in college football?
They're saying LSU.
That's crazy.
So
I believe it's the U of I this year.
Really?
Just like last
and we're
year.
going to get into that a little bit after we do some local stuff, talking about the Illini football and the recruiting that Coach Beckman is doing. I don't want to jump ahead of my schedule, because if I get off schedule, Jake,
it's downhill from there.
Yeah, it's just not
horrible.
Also, local baseball, guy playing for the Springfield Sliders,
yeah.
Ryan Aper. He was he went to Lincoln Land. He was a graduate of Lincoln Community High School last year. And he went to Lincoln Land, was second team NJC All-America, and he put up some stats now for baseball. He batted .415 last year, 11 home runs, 53 runs batted in for Lincoln Land. He also went 4-1. He plays center field when he's not pitching, and when he starts pitching, of course, he goes to the mound at 4-1 in 6 starts for the Loggers. He's doing well for the Sliders now.
What a year!
Yeah, I mean,
and he's pitching too.
Those are impressive numbers at the college level. I don't care what college level you're at. 11 home runs, 53 runs, and a lot of people don't realize, some people think back when maybe a guy listening played college baseball, these bats are 10 times different than what they were, even when I played. So impressive numbers, and keep up the good work. We'll keep following you through the Sliders, and then, of course, and he's got another year at Lincoln Land, and then off to greener pastures if he wants to.
Yeah, I was going to say
continue to play
Division I, or even who knows?
Right, and
maybe a payday.
That's right.
Which that's definitely the goal of a young baseball player. That's pretty awesome, man. What a great year.
Yeah, and we just had the draft. A lot of those guys are signing in pro baseball and things like that. But
bringing that up, have you ever seen so many guys? The Cardinals had of all their drafts, they basically didn't sign about 4 players total. I don't remember a year that they signed more than 10.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's because of this new money thing that they've brought on. I'm not quite sure.
I don't either, but it's like the first round pick was usually, I believe, July 11th or July 18th or something like that is the last day to sign these guys. The first round picks were signed within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely weren't waiting till the end like they had in the past. So I don't know, this new signing structure, it may be the best thing to ever happen to baseball.
Yeah, because a lot of kids don't sign and then they get lost, and you never know where they, they may never end up there.
There's a guy a couple years ago the Cardinals tried signing that went on to play for the Stanford Cardinal. And he's tearing it up. I wish they looking back, I was like, oh man, he'd be the #1 player in our system right now.
Well, that's what happens if the money doesn't talk. They go to college, and it seems like more and more kids are going to college now and playing those 3 years or 4 years that they need, especially if the money isn't much different. Then you get a good education, injury, you never know what happens, that kind of thing. So,
well, I would think there'd be some insurance on that too. If you're that kind of a talent,
well, you can take
where you've been drafted.
LeBron James, he took insurance out on himself, I believe.
Well, I'm saying if you've been drafted as a high schooler, you would think there'd have to be an insurance package in which you could purchase. They could say, hey, if you're going to college, you get this long to have it. I mean, I don't know that. I'm not that kind of talent, so.
Me either. That's why we're here. Again, baseball, part of it, and it's hitting full stride now. Of course, the All-Star game is coming up, but before we get into talks with the All-Star game, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're out here at the Lehn Fink Field for the Jake's Furnishings team taking on Design It Construction. We haven't got a score update yet, but we will get as soon as they send this over to the
I believe it's a nail biter,
the media booth in the air conditioned booth over here. We'll get that score to you right away. We're out at Lehn Fink Field, Jake's Furnishings against Design It Construction, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Back here, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com for Jake's Furnishings Day.
I believe my daughter just struck out.
Man.
Well, it's the pitching machine. I'm blaming it on the pitching machine.
Good thing we were off air. Because Jim could not hit the bleep button fast enough.
Or enough time.
Allowed a Lehn Fink Field for the Jake's Furnishings taking on Design It Construction. The age group, what, Jake? What do you say, between 5 and 8?
5 and 8, I'd say.
5 and 8,
yeah.
softball.
Yep.
Girls softball game. So
one thing I gotta say about a league like this is it's fun in a lot of ways. Kids just learn how to play and whatnot. You got coaches on the other team as well as your team helping out both teams. It's just kind of fun. Parents not too into it, I guess, is the best way to say. Yeah, haven't learned how good or talented their kids are, and the parents haven't evolved to that status to where they're going to just absolutely chew everybody
Scream
out that's involved.
Curse and probably what I will do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're there. Oh, man, you're going to be terrible.
Yeah. So we decided, or Jake decided, actually, to come out of the air conditioning at Jake's Furnishings located at 1100 Woodlawn Road and
sit in this nice, like you said, air-conditioned booth.
You're right. And thank goodness Jim brought the digital clock because it reads 118.
118.
On the field. I read.
In the air.
Or I was watching the Cardinals. See, I don't even watch the Cubs anymore. Really? So I turned on the Cardinals game last night, and it read on the field like 112, 115 or something. We're beating that at Lehn Fink Field.
Yeah.
Remember,
you played there, didn't you?
Yes. No. We got rained out and they wouldn't let us on.
Really?
Yeah.
We played there. I kid you not.
I remember.
We sat down a little bit. It was a sunken dugout and whatnot. And you could see the steam coming off the field. And I believe it was 126 my sophomore year.
I'm surprised. And you're bringing up a good point, and what Jake's talking about is when we were in high school at Lincoln and we were playing baseball, you got to sell so many tickets and you got a chance to play on the Cardinals field before the Cardinals played. Yeah,
I remember trying to steal home runs away from Donnie Isles in pregame warm-up.
Nice.
It was a good time climbing the wall and getting chewed out by the grounds crew.
Ripping the wall.
Oh, I didn't rip it, but they were thinking I was.
If Willie McGee would have done that, no questions asked.
No questions asked.
The
Mr. MVP, furniture guy do it?
No way. You're out of here.
Yep.
But
you're lucky you're
surprised,
still here
and my point is I'm surprised that they don't still try and do that. I know a lot of teams still go down there and do that kind of thing. I think at some point it becomes a hard sell because
Maybe it's tough on the field or something. I don't know.
That too. But you're right. Part of that is, and in a lot of these major league fields are still grass, where a lot of the college fields are going to this turf.
The turf, yeah.
That looks like grass. Some of it even is turf on the dirt, and they paint it to make it brown. But most of Major League Baseball has come to, or has stayed with the grass. I think because of the finances, they have better finances, more grounds crew, things like that. But I'm a little surprised that maybe it got to be a hard sell because I think you have to sell the tickets, or if you don't sell them, the school eats that money because they do have to buy a certain amount.
They do have to buy.
But it's kind of a cool thing. I mean, you take your sophomore team,
well,
you take your freshman team.
It was not hard for me to sell the tickets. I actually sold, I believe, not double, 2.5 times what we were supposed to.
Right.
So we had to actually order extra tickets that year, I believe.
And I'm assuming a lot of people out there listening are kind of rethinking back to how good of a time it was. You're talking about Donnie Isles, the guy's still living in the community, and probably had a great time of doing that.
You should have. He was lighting up. He's hitting fungos from the infield, edge of the infield.
Right.
But he's deliberately trying to put him over the edge of the wall so we can go up and get him. And I tell you what, that wall had to be 20 foot tall. I don't know how tall it was, but there was no way we were getting over it.
And it's kind of a cool I mean, it's a really cool thing. And I just, like I said, I'm a little surprised. I think Olympia used to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
I think one year we played Olympia.
Yeah. And I think actually the year that I was in high school, it got rained out. We were supposed to play Olympia, maybe.
Okay.
But just as we're at Lehn Fink, where I'm sure you used to play.
No. I actually missed this level.
Really?
Yeah.
Got moved up. Too good. Bumped up.
My dad didn't want me hitting off a tee. Mm-hmm. And so I baled hay that summer, and what a trade!
Yeah.
And then the following year, I played in, I believe, 2 leagues. I think it was 2 different towns. Honestly, I don't remember real well, but it was pitching in both of them, and boy, there was a lot of hot nights then.
Well, just going back to our younger days of the T-ball and baseball.
That's the best thing about baseball. You get some memories. It's just fun to relive
As
sometimes.
we are out here at Lehn Fink Field for Jake's Furnishings taking on Design It Construction. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Josh Komnick and the furniture guy, Jake Johnston, want to go through the scoreboard.
Overcast skies.
That feels like it's 60 out now. Miami 3, Jake's St. Louis Cardinals 2, the Cubbies 8, New York Mets 7, the Braves 5, Philadelphia 0, the Rockies 5, Washington 1, San Francisco 6, Pittsburgh 5, Milwaukee 7, and Arizona 1. Leading the National League is the Washington Nationals in the East Division. Pittsburgh is ahead in the Central, 46 and 37. Cardinals are 44 and 40. Cincinnati 44 and 38. Hey, we're above the cellar. 32 and 51. Houston's 32 and 52, so we're not far behind.
That's not good. That's not good for your draft pick status.
It's not?
No.
Oh, I thought it was a good thing. The Dodgers are ahead in the West, 47 and 37. San Fran right behind them. Give us an update on your Cardinals. I just read as far as we'll talk a little bit about the All-Star game, but give us an update on your Cardinals as we've been off for a couple weeks.
Playing well. You know, they're kind of a interesting team. I mean, they show signs of being brilliant about things, but you know, it's a long season, man. These guys are injured. They should be in first place, but they're not. What can I say?
So should the Cubs, but they're not.
No, dude. This is real life. This isn't AAA baseball. This is major leagues.
I got some funny story for you and for maybe some people that think this might be funny. My son, first of all, he comes home with Cardinal underwear on the other night. Now I'll give him a little. We were over at his grandma's, and his cousin is a Cardinal fan who has Cardinal underwear. So I'm thinking, well, maybe he just ran out, had an accident, something
happens.
He's coming home. We're going to bring him. We're going to take him back. Can't get him out of his. We can't get him off him. Can't get him off of him to put him in the laundry.
Lucky Uddies.
So we're in St. Louis last weekend for the zoo. I missed the wrong turn, of course. So we're going right by Cardinal Stadium.
Oh yeah.
Around it. Dad, what's that? Cardinal Stadium. Oh, can we get out, take a picture? I got a Cardinal fan on my hands. I can't say. I mean,
honestly though, you know what? How old is he now?
4.
4. Impressionable ages. If the Cardinals are winning, the Cubs are not. Who are you gonna vote for? Do you want to root for a loser?
Or does that say he doesn't listen to me, or that he's smarter than me? I'm looking at it two ways. Well,
you said it yourself. You haven't been watching games, and the games you have been watching are Cardinals.
I don't. I watched a little bit of the Cardinal game. I have not turned on the Cubs, although I may start with watching this Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, yeah.
He has a three-run homer. Last night he goes 4 hits. What'd you say the other day? He hit 3 home runs in a game?
Well, no, he had 3 home runs in like 12 at bats.
Right.
And that's another one right there. The kid's hitting, man. He can, and he was leading AAA. Well, heck, he was leading the whole minors. I think he had 7 or something like that in the minor leagues. Unbelievable talent. Looks like maybe he is the goods. You know, I was kind of questioning him because he had a rough go there in San Diego, but that was a totally different ballpark.
Right.
And you know, hopefully the Cubs got a good player here. It's always fun when you're a Cardinal fan. If the Cubs have a Sammy Sosa or somebody like that that's dominant, that you know that if your pitcher gets out, you can pump your fist a little bit about. You know, I'm that kind of guy. I want to see the best get beat if they're not on my team.
Right.
You know, when they are on my team, then you have Albert Pujols and 2 World Series titles. But
or you have Beltran that
we'll
decides
see.
to revive his career.
Decides to become the superstar that he is and start padding those possible Hall of Fame stats maybe. Yeah,
so one good thing Cub fans to, I guess, watch is Anthony Rizzo. I haven't seen a lot of him. Plays first base from what I understand.
Yeah.
But he can hit the ball.
He can hit the ball. We'll see what happens. They've got a lot of decisions to make at trade time, though, the Cubs do. With Marmol, I'd say he's probably a good trade piece right now. Possibly even their shortstop, Sterling Castro. A lot of people wouldn't say that, but I don't think your coach appreciates his...
guy's 23.
Yeah, well, but,
22.
you know, things can change, too, you know, in the blink of an eye. But when a guy doesn't show the heart that you want and you're the head coach and you're wanting to be a hard-nosed team and the guy's kind of kicking the dirt during a play, you know, it's a little frustrating to a head coach.
Yeah, it's frustrating for a fan.
Yeah,
let alone a manager or an owner.
Well, especially for a fan that nowadays the camera will zoom in on him after every play to see what he's doing. So, yeah, absolutely.
Also, we at the Cheap Seats Live Saturday Morning Sports Show would like to welcome back Dr. Alyssa Schneider with Schneider Chiropractic Center, located at 523 North Elm Street in Lincoln, along with new sponsor Dr. Lynn Dennis, the Foot Doc, in Springfield and Lincoln. We're glad to have you as a part of our team.
Absolutely. It's nice to get the sponsors out here, and
I want to thank all of our sponsors for bringing us
out here to Lehn Fink Field.
Lehn Fink Field, especially at 120.2 as the digital reader
120.2. I love it.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're out here at Lehn Fink Field for the season finale.
Wrapping it up.
Jake's Furnishings against Design It Constructions, 96.3 FM and WLCN online.com.